active was the basketball courts were full every summer, every day, night and day. People were outside playing pickup basketball. I drive home, or I visit home now. I drive around, and the courts are empty. Kids are inside on their phones, on their iPads, or eating junk. How do we get kids moving again, get them outside, and get them active in this culture?
Yeah, it's one of the things we're really looking at right now. How do we inspire America to decide to, get healthy again? We have to make America healthy again. It starts with the children. One of the things that Maha Action is working on is the school lunch program. We want to get whole foods into schools. We want to get the Coca-Cola and the Fritos and all the ultra-processed food out of there. So because we are spending $4.5 trillion per year on health, and 90% of that is chronic disease. That is more than our military budget, and it starts with our children. It starts with them eating and not learning to eat good food. So many of these parents are too busy to cook for their children. The children never see real food. So what if we could introduce that into the school system? Here in Texas, where they're just passing a bill right now to bring, mandatory exercise back to school, something that has left us for years. And look what it did to us. We've got to get back. It's not laziness, though. I really think it's about education and the obesity epidemic, which is now almost between 40 to 50% of our children are either overweight or obese. The whole nation is moving that direction. It brings all sorts of other problems. The diabetes plays into it. So we have a lot of work to do. But what we're looking is building initiatives. I'm talking to Robert Kennedy Jr. and Dr. Oz and Dr. Marty McCary and Jay Bhattacharya about, can we come up with a Get America Healthy Again? It's 250-year anniversary is coming up this next year for the United States of America. We want to make that the year in the celebration that we decide, let's get healthy again. Let's become the strongest, healthiest nation in the world again. I think it's going to take all of us, but we're going to have a lot of incentive programs. There's a lot of work to do, but we have to get inspired. It starts at home.
Yeah, Deli made a great point earlier. Look, when you have a nation of sick and overweight young people, it's a national security threat at the end of the day.
Right.
Speaking of which, President Trump pulled out of the World Health Organization, an organization we've given billions to over the years. Why was that such an important move for America to withdraw from the World Health Organization?
Look, it's not an important move for anyone that likes authoritarianism and doesn't care about the Constitution of the United States of America. But during COVID, what did we see? The lockdowns worldwide were driven by the World Health Organization. They've also signed on to treaties that override any constitutional agreements that countries have amongst their citizens. They were setting up a situation where if they determine that there's a pandemic, they become the governing body of the world. This is insanity. And I think it's, one of the things you have to look at is people like Bill Gates that are behind this. A lot of people thought, oh, he's altruistic. He's taking all this money and putting it into NGOs. In many ways, he was a brilliant mastermind. He invested in the WHO. Do you know that the last time President Trump was in office, he pulled us out of the WHO, and the moment he did that, Bill Gates became the #1 funding body of the WHO, even over China, which I think was in second place. That shows you how involved these globalists are that want a global one world government driven by a global power that you don't vote for. Well, Donald Trump has come in and said, not here, not today. Your power and whatever you think you're up to stops at our border. We have a constitution. We have a right to free speech that he's just brought back into play and protected. We have a moment right now where we are fighting for the heart of America and the founding fathers' dream for a sovereign nation. The WHO is coming after sovereignty, and it is taking over sovereignty all around the world except here in America. Thank you, President Trump, for protecting us from this global, I think, authoritarian move.
Yeah, Del, last question, about a minute left. The state of Utah just banned fluoride. How important was that move?
This just goes to show you so many people have been talking about fluoride in water, how dangerous it is. They were labeled as conspiracy theories, lunatics, but now you have major studies coming from multiple institutions showing, and it's undeniable now, there's a drop in IQ that happens to children that are drinking fluoridated water. When pregnant women drink fluoridated water, the IQ of their baby drops, and it's dose dependent. The more fluoride water you drank, the more IQ points you lost. cost. This is a horror that's been going on for far too long, and really good on Utah and, for stepping up. Florida right now, Joseph Ladapo, many districts there in Florida are removing fluoride, and Robert Kennedy Jr., we're expecting him to come out officially and make the federal policy that we're no longer recommending fluoride. We need every IQ point we can get right now, especially in our children that are struggling with the studies. Our education is really failing. We're seeing ourselves lose to the world again. That's a national security issue that can be cured with good food, good water, and exercise. That's what MAHA is all about. If people want to learn more about it, just go to mahaaction.com and check out our podcast, the MAHA podcast that I'm doing every single week.
Del, amazing. Folks, also you can visit or follow Del on X, across social media. Del, great job. Coming up, my final thoughts on what God says about our bodies and our health. That's next. Don't move.
Americans protect one another. When the going gets tough, Americans get tougher. And if you're driving an out-of-warranty vehicle, you need a bulldog in your corner before you have a breakdown. That's where CarShield comes in. CarShield has one simple mission, and that's to protect Americans from the high cost of car repairs. CarShield can help you save your hard-earned money. You don't want to have to potentially pay thousands in repairs from vehicle breakdowns, do you? Do what millions of drivers have done and let CarShield help protect you from getting hit by back-breaking car repair costs. All you got to do is call CarShield before your car breaks down. CarShield is America's #1 auto protection company, offering you even more for your money with their price lock guarantee. That means the price you pay today is the price you'll pay for as long as you cover your car. Call to get your free quote and lock in your low pay-as-you-go plan now. With a plan through CarShield, drivers can get protection on transmissions, engines, electronics, and up to 5,000 parts and systems. If one of those systems were to fail, it could cost you thousands out of your pocket, unless you call CarShield before a breakdown.
I now own my dream car, but with CarShield, I know that I am safe.
Our life as nurses, we just step up and we help people, and it's really nice when somebody steps up and helped us. If our car breaks down, CarShield administrators have our back.
And CarShield goes the extra mile by including coast-to-coast 24/7 roadside assistance for flat or damaged tires, lockouts, courtesy towing, and rental car options. If you're like me, you love your car and you love to drive, then protect your car with a plan through CarShield. They help keep Americans like us driving the cars we love. So call now. I'm protected with a plan through CarShield, and you can be too. Call CarShield now before a breakdown happens.
Call 800-955-0013. 800-955-0013.
Welcome back to Stack Back Today, folks. As we wrap up here, we've been talking tonight about taking care of our bodies and our health and why that's so important. I think 1 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 19 lays it out very clearly. Do you not know that your bodies are temples of the Holy Spirit who is in you, whom you have received from God? You are not your own. Again, you are perfect just how God made you, but you got to be smart, you got to be healthy, and we need to take care of our bodies. We also need to take care of our national security. And on Monday, 2 top experts on the China threat join us, folks. You won't believe what China is doing on U.S. soil. That's Monday. Until then, have a great weekend. God bless you. We'll see you soon.